everybody, and again, a wonderful warm welcome to you, Bob the Giacomo of Destiny Road and Intentional Growth Coaching. And this is part two of my podcast, broadcast, YouTube video, whichever one you're watching or listening to. Are you looking for diamonds elsewhere? I've been talking about acres of diamonds, and I've been speaking about some things that infer that you may be indeed looking for diamonds somewhere else because you always feel that the grass is greener on the other side. So this is actually part two, and I'll pick up where I left off, because where I left off was about being born with a silver spoon in your mouth. And as I say, I'm picking up. So how fortunate it is, though, that people will fail their way to success. Failure is indeed the best teacher. You know, sometimes you're going to have to take some risks, and you may not be successful, but with caution and wisdom, you will learn along the way, and that will help you to eventually become successful. Remember, overnight successes did not happen overnight. Certainly not last night. Okay? So, success also comes to those who are observant. Now, I'll tell you a quick story about John Jacob Astor. You may or may not know who he was. But he was a famous marketer, merchandiser, many, many years ago. But he was renting out a store to some hat makers. Now, the hat makers back in those days were not able to pay their bills. They were not able to pay their rent. But he went into partnership with them anyway, because he was observant. So what he did was he actually went across the street from the store, sat on a park bench, and observed the people walking by, most especially the ladies, because it was a hat making store. So what he did, though, was when women would walk by, he would notice which women were wearing a hat and indeed were walking with confidence. And when he saw that, he copied the hat, went across the street back to the store, and had the hat makers make many, many, many of those hats. Now, the hat makers would not make one hat until Astor told them what indeed to make. And you guessed it, the store blossomed. They made money. It was not a sin to make money. Money is not the root of evil. The love of money is. Now, the other point here is that truly great people never indeed appear great. Most of the greatest people that are out there are pretty plain, straightforward, earnest, and practical. You wouldn't know them. It's usually the people who are not so great that walk around trying to look like they're great. You'll call these people by their first name. You'll see them. In fact, as an example, Abraham Lincoln, just days before his death, Conwell went to visit with him, but he was intimidated by the importance of him. But he quickly was put at ease by the ordinary, comfortable, farmer-like quality that Lincoln exuded. Okay? So truly great people never appear great. And apply yourself wholly to the task until it's complete. I mean, my motto of Destiny Road, one step away from the journey of a lifetime, but also don't change the goal. You can always change the plan. So whatsoever you have to do, put your whole mind into it, your whole body into it, your whole effort, your whole soul. Again, when Conwell was led into Lincoln's office, Lincoln was busy, stooped over papers, and remained there for some time while Conwell was waiting. Lincoln then tied up the documents and then fully focused on his guest, Conwell. And Lincoln said, and I quote, "I'm a very busy man and have only a few minutes to spare. Now tell me in the fewest words what it is you want," unquote. Now, I have to mention here that Lincoln was probably a very high D, and I'm referring to personality traits. There's the D's, the I's, the S's, and the C's. Lincoln wanted to know in as few words as possible what it is that Conwell wanted. Now, do you know anybody that is like that just wants a few words as possible? Or do you know people that are all like this? Well, those are the I or inspiring people. You probably have to have four meetings of 10 minutes each as opposed to one meeting of 40 minutes because they can't focus. The S people, they kind of go either way. They'll agree with you or they won't disagree with you, but if you say you're going to do something, they'll agree, say, yes, it's a great idea. If you say, no, you're not going to do something, no, it's not a great idea, they'll agree with you as well. It's the C people, though, people like me, who are the cautious people. We ask questions, and you can explain everything to us, and I guarantee you when you're done explaining it, I will have some more questions to ask. That's just the way we're wired. So, apply your whole self until the task is complete. And lastly, an office will not make you great. Now, if you think you're going to be made great by having an office, you won't. You won't. There's all sorts of elected officials out there, and you could use the word office as a physical place where you occupy, or you can use the word office as something you have been promoted to. It's kind of like that leadership and position thing, if you've been following my broadcasts. Offices will not make you great. Position will not make you great. Okay? The truly great people go about their daily business with honor and integrity. Honor and integrity. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go out and start digging up your backyard, as I've said this before. So how can you find the acres of diamonds in your backyards? First, maintain a ready mind. Be open to the possibilities around you. Don't let preconceived notions cloud your judgment, because all too often we overlook what we already know. Look at familiar new ways of doing things, okay? You know, and inventions have been caused by there being a need out there and then somebody going out and developing it. Learn what people want, then give it to them. Discover the market, and then provide a good or a service. Too many people try to develop a good or service and then they try to market it. It's got to be the other way around. Manufacture the desire, then go out and build the product. Knowledge is more important than capital. Knowledge is more important than capital. Don't put yourself down. Don't belittle yourself. Don't belittle your environment. Don't compare yourself with others. Believe in the great opportunities that are out there. Find out what's best around you. So, in conclusion, are you one of those people who's looking for the diamonds in faraway places? Is the grass really greener on the other side? Have you taken stock of your life lately? Go and look outside the back door. There's diamonds out there waiting for you. There's diamonds out there waiting for you. And again, I urge you to reach out to me. Contact me at intentionalgrowth@icloud.com or destinyroad@icloud.com, and let's talk about how I can best interact with you to help you to find those diamonds. One of the things that I offer is a course called Think and Grow Rich, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. So until next time, this was part 2. Be sure to go back and look at part 1 if you missed out on that. If you're listening to the podcasts, download these and take them along with you. Play them for your team member, your team leaders, for you, for your family. That's what it's all about. Until next time, Bob DiGiacomo, Destiny Road, Intentional Growth Coaching, and I'll see you on another podcast or YouTube video. That's where it's at. See you soon.